To Sports Today's morning news wrap. I'm Siddharth Gulati and I'm going to bring you all the latest updates that made the headlines on different newspapers and on various digital platforms. So as always, as it has been a usual drill, let's just begin with some cricket news. Well, it is going to be a must-win situation for Pakistan as they take on the host team New Zealand in the third T20I of the 5-match series. The match is going to take place at Eden Park, Auckland, and Pakistan, who are currently 2-0 behind in the series, are in a must-win situation because it is their only chance to make sure that they stay alive in the series, because one more loss and it will mean that Pakistan will concede the series to New Zealand here. So overall, if we take a look at Pakistan's performance, it hasn't really been up to the mark ever since the beginning of 2025. Well, they lost a tri-series to New Zealand and South Africa at home that took place just before the Champions Trophy. And even in the Champions Trophy, despite being the host nation, Pakistan did not really do well. They were eliminated from the competition pretty early in the group stages itself, and now in the T20I series also they haven't really done well, which is now going to be a major roadblock to their progress, assuming they lose today's T20I too. So a must-win situation for Pakistan, but New Zealand on the other hand would want to make sure that they continue their winning momentum and take an unassailable 3-0 lead in the 5-match T20I series. The match is actually going to begin in about 15 to 20 minutes from now, and we'll keep you posted as far as the latest updates or the final update of that match is concerned. Well, moving on, one of the most important rules as far as the IPL is concerned has been revised by the BCCI and the IPL Governing Council here, that captains will not have any match bans with respect to the slow over rates. Now, this was one of the things that was seen previously in the IPL in the last edition too, when Rishabh Pant and Hardik Pandya suffered a one match ban here. But then this time around, there aren't going to be any suspension penalties as far as the slow over rate goes. So basically, it's going to be level 1, in which there will be match fines and there will be a couple of demerit points that will be given to the players here. They'll be penalized accordingly as far as the captains go. And in the level 2, there is going to be a penalty of 4 demerit points, and in accordance with that, or with respect to that, that's where the match officials, the relevant match officials, will decide whether they have to hand a 1-match or a 2-match ban to a particular captain or not. So that's the revised rule here, that captains will not suffer any match suspension with regards to slow over rates in the 2025 edition of the Indian Premier League. Well, moving on, Jasprit Bumrah is once again back at the NCA, which is the BCCI Centre of Excellence in Bengaluru. And why do I really say that he's back at the NCA? Because he was earlier there more than a week ago to test, whether he's match ready for the Indian Premier League and obviously for the future series of India that are going to take place after the IPL. Now, once again, he is back at the NCA just to check in how much time he is going to be ready for any of the cricketing action that the Mumbai Indians that he'll probably pay for, and obviously for the Indian cricket team. So that's where the Mumbai Indians cricket team and obviously the Indian cricket team and the BCCI are going to have a keen eye on Jasprit Bumrah, and just to make sure that they aren't really rushing into it, Bumrah is having those multiple visits to the NCA. Well, moving on, Gautam Gambhir, is headed for a much-needed family vacation in France. He has headed to France, for a holiday with his family, and that's where, this kind of free time that he has got because of the IPL here. He's had a tough time with the Indian cricket team as far as the traveling goes. He was with them consistently last year during the BGT also, and shortly after the BGT, there was a series against England that was at home, and then there was the Champions Trophy in which India won that Champions Trophy under their head coach Gautam Gambhir. And after that, after all that grueling schedule, Gautam Gambhir is headed for a family vacation. And last but not the least, India have submitted their expression of interest to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games. Well, Ahmedabad has been chosen as the host city as far as the letter of impression goes. India have done that. They have submitted that thing accordingly, and this has basically been done to make sure that India would want to give an impression that they are ready to host the 2036 Olympic Games that more than likely will take place in Ahmedabad, assuming India are allotted that. So that's basically the thing as far as the CWG 2030 Games go, that India have submitted their bid and they would really want that it takes place in Ahmedabad. So that's about it as far as the morning wrap is concerned. Stay tuned to Sports Today as we'll bring you all the latest updates and analysis from the sporting world. And don't go anywhere, because we'll be bringing you all the latest updates from the Indian Premier League and obviously from the sporting world here. So until then, on behalf of my producer Shivam, it's Siddharth Gulati saying goodbye.